Hey, so I'm gonna try to show you how to play Good Good Father, and I'm gonna turn my camera from a different angle. Hopefully, this will be a little more helpful. Um, so on the keyboard, I've got six zones that are on. The first zone is just an electric piano, which is really beautiful. I actually don't even have a piano in this mix. It sounds really good with just the electric. And then this number six is just a soft pad that sits behind the electric. And those will stay up the whole time. You won't need to adjust those at all. I guess number two is also a soft pad, but it's a little more synthesized, so you can hear that. And you won't have to adjust that at all. So really, one, two, and six we'll just keep. Number three is a string instrument, and it only exists between this note, a D, and this F sharp right here. And I'll show you how that comes in just a minute. But it's just for it only exists right here in this little area. So the other four and five are some strings that are up here on the upper register. I think they exist from D5 up to the end of the keyboard. When we get into the bridge, we'll be doing this. And so it sounds really beautiful. All right, so when the song starts, we're going to start with four and five down. And you're just playing this D on the first time through. Actually, I think I start with number two, that pad down. And the guitar is kind of carrying the rhythm, so you don't have to do a whole lot, but the keys kind of, I usually play the melody just a little bit with the singer. I kind of pause. A thousand stories of what they think you're like. So I'm just going D, E, and F sharp when I'm doing it. I've heard the tender whisper of a love. And I'm just pounding an octave D in the bottom. The dead of a night. And then I'll go to a G as you tell me. To a D over F sharp. That you're pleased and that E minor. Never alone. And it will resolve to the C. C sharp. That's an A sus to an A. You're good. Now, when we get into the chorus, this is when this high string comes into play. So when we go, it's who you are, it's who you are. So it starts on the G, but you want to make sure that your pinky is on this high D. So I'm playing a G chord, but in my right hand, I'm kind of, I'm play a G chord, and however you want to play the G chord is fine, but you just want to make sure that you have this D on the top. So you can just play a normal G chord, G, B, D, and you can hear that string at the top of that. It's who you are. Now you're going to play a D, only this time you're going to have the F sharp on the top. So I'm playing an E, D, F sharp. It's who you are. Now I'm going to play an E minor, but I'm going back to a G chord, G, B, D. In the right hand, I'm playing the E on the bottom. It's who you are. And that's an A chord, only now I have the E on the top. So I'm doing an E octave with an A. Okay, so the bridge goes, you have this D on the top. It's who you are. Change to a D, but the F sharp. It's who you are. G, B, D. It's who you are. Only now you have the E on the top. And I'm loved by you. G, that's who I am. Have this F sharp. Who I am. Back to a G, G, B, D. It's who I am. And then I'll pull two up for the next verse. So we're just going to pull up number two for the second verse just to give it a little bit more a sound. But we're pretty much going to play the same thing. And when you get to the bridge, again, you're going to have that. Make sure when playing the G chord, you have this D on the top. When you're playing the D chord, you want the F sharp on the top. When you're playing the E minor chord, we want the D on the top. And when you're playing the A chord, you want to have the E on the top. Other than that, it really doesn't matter what inversions you play. And you could probably just play this top note and be okay, but I typically add in some of the other notes on the chords. So when you get into the bridge, we're going to pull up 4 and 5. You are perfect in all of your ways. So I'm going to pull this up, and it starts on a G. All right, for the bridge, we're going to do arpeggios with our right hand with these zones 4 and 5. So the G, perfect. You're going G, A, D. The B minor, you're going to go F sharp, B, D. For the E minor, you're going to do what you did for the G. G, A, D. And then you're going to go to a D, and you're going to do F sharp, A, D. Just a D chord inverted, F sharp, A, D. And then you're going to go back to the G, G, A, D. B minor is F sharp, B, D. And then this time you'll go to an A, which is A, D, E. Perfect in all of your ways. Perfect in all of your ways. Perfect in all of your ways to us. Perfect in all. So I'm going G, A, D. In all of your ways. F sharp, B, D. G, A, D. F sharp, A, D. Second time through. Perfect. G, A, D. B minor, D, F sharp, D, B, D, sorry. A, D, E. And then I usually pull those down at the end, and then I'll go back to the interlude. And then she goes to the down chorus. All right, the last chorus, it starts to build a lot. The last Good Good Father, you're going to need to pull out this number 3 or at least pull it down. But when we do the D chord, you're going to start on a D. You're going to go D, D, C sharp, B, A, F sharp for the D. You're going to do that same thing, but rather than end on an F sharp, you're going to end on an E for the and then you're going to do that again. And then you're going to do and on the E. So you're good, good. Start on Father, you're on a G, but up here you start on a D. Father, it's who you are. When you hit the D, you're going to end on the F sharp. It's who you are. E minor. It's who you are. When you hit the A, hit the E. Moved by you. It's who I am. The D, you end on an F sharp, and then you go to the E minor. Then you end on a E with the A chord.
4, 5, 6.
So again, we're starting with just 1 and 6 up. I'm playing the melody a little bit.
Pre-chorus.
D over F sharp. E minor to an A. And I resolve it to C sharp. We have the D in the top. Now an F sharp in the top. Now a D in the top. Now an E in the top on my right hand. And I'm just playing a G chord on my right hand. A D inverted with the F sharp on the top. A G chord in my right hand. And then that E's on the top. And I'm going to pull up number 2 for the next verse. And he's searching for it, far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers. Only you
Pre-chorus.
provide us, you know just what we need before we say a E on the top. Just a G chord. Now we're gonna have a F sharp, an inverted D chord on my right hand, a G chord on my right hand.
Chorus.
They're gonna repeat the chorus. We typically don't, but we'll do it again. G chord on my right hand, an A chord with an E on the top, G chord all the way around, D chord inverted with your right hand. We're playing an E minor, but we're just doing G, B to D on the. Okay, I'm gonna pull up for a 5. This is a B minor. Just a G chord on my right hand. G, A, D to a B minor, F sharp, B, D. This is an A, so I'm doing A, D, E.
Bridge.
G, A, D. F sharp, B, D on my right hand. G, just a G chord. A, D, E. And I'm gonna fade those out. And I'm going to go back just to my electric. I usually just walk that up. E to an F sharp. And then you just kind of. I usually play the E to the F sharp with the singer.
Pre-chorus.
And I'm really staying low on the keyboard.
Pre-chorus. Pre-chorus.
They're gonna do it again.
Pre-chorus.
Pull up 4 and 5, and we're gonna go D. That's when you play this down here. And on an E, and we're gonna go D. And on an F sharp, when you go to the D. We're gonna end on an E when we play the A. And then we're gonna do those arpeggios.